I never imagined the person capable of destroying my entire life would be the same person who had the front row seat to all my dreams. Her name was Kayla. My best friend. My almost sister. My secret keeper. Or so I thought. I met her in college during freshman orientation. She was loud, funny, and had a way of pulling attention like the sun pulls light. I was quieter, more focused, more disciplined, but she made my world feel less heavy. People said we balanced each other. I believed it. If only I had known that some people come into your life not to light it up, but to study where the matchbox is so they know exactly how to burn it down. Back then I was happy. I was engaged to Marcus, a man I thought God himself sent to me. He was the kind of man who planned our future in small details, how he wanted a townhouse in Boston, how many kids he hoped we'd have, how he wanted me to chase my dreams and never feel caged. He saw me the way I always wished someone would. And Kayla, she treated the relationship like it was hers too. She celebrated our proposal like she was part of the marriage. She bought me outfits for date nights, helped me choose rings, called him her future husband-in-law. I thought it was cute. I was blind. It started small, subtle digs about me, little jokes about how I was as adventurous as she was, compliments that carried thorns. You're so simple, girl, but it works for you. Marcus loves how pure you are, don't mess it up. I laughed them off, I always laughed them off. But jealousy is quiet in the beginning, it trickles like a leaking faucet, then one day you wake up drowning. The night everything shattered was one I remember smell by smell, sound by sound. Kayla had begged me to go out with her for a girls' night. I didn't feel like it, I had work the next morning, but she insisted. Come on, sis, you've been stressed. Let's drink, dance, and forget about life for one night. I agreed. If I had said no, maybe the entire story would have changed. Maybe the universe would have twisted differently. But that's not what happened. We went to a bar downtown, dark, loud, packed with strangers. Kayla ordered drinks, I took only one, she took several, or pretended to. I didn't know she had been planning everything for weeks. I didn't know she had already chosen the man. I didn't know she brought the pills. Halfway through the night I felt dizzy, more than a drink should cause. My eyelids felt heavy, my throat thickened, my knees weakened. I told her something felt wrong. She held my shoulders, acting concerned. Girl, you just need air, come on, let's go outside. I leaned on her. She led me to the back exit. I remember blurred figures, the cold metal of a car door, voices that didn't belong to anyone I knew. Someone laughing, someone whispering. Then darkness swallowed everything. When I woke up, it wasn't morning, it wasn't even reality. It was hell. I was on a bed in a strange room, my clothes half off, my head throbbing like it had been hit by a hammer. A man I'd never seen before stood in the corner with his phone camera raised. Snap, snap, snap. I pulled the blanket over myself, my heart beating so fast I thought it would burst. What's happening? I screamed. Kayla walked in. My best friend. My comfort. My sister. Smiling. Relax, she said, you'll thank me later. I begged her, I cried, my voice cracked until it bled. But she didn't stop. She adjusted my hair, straightened my top, told the man to show more skin. I tried to crawl off the bed, but my body still felt drugged, heavy, weak. She pushed me down by my shoulder like I was a child. Cooperate, she said, it's already done anyway. More pictures of... More tears, more betrayal than my heart could hold. When it was over, she helped me dress, carried me to her car, drove me home. All while humming to the radio like it was an ordinary night. I didn't sleep. My body was shaking. My mind was running in circles of fear. I felt dirty, ruined, confused, and ashamed. But nothing could prepare me for the next day. Marcus showed up at my apartment early in the morning, his eyes burning with anger I had never seen before. He threw his phone. Explain this. The pictures were there. Nude exposed. Me unconscious in a stranger's bed. My soul left my body. I tried to speak, I tried to explain. The words wouldn't land. They sounded like excuses even to my own ears. Baby, I swear I was drugged. I don't know that man, I didn't. Marcus stepped back like I was a disease. Kayla told me everything, he said. She said you've been cheating for months, that she warned you to stop. My stomach dropped. Kayla again. Kayla always. She said you left the bar with him willingly, that she tried to protect you. I fell to my knees. Marcus, please, please, I would never. He shook his head slowly. Painfully. I thought you were different, he whispered, but you're just like the rest. He left the engagement ring on my table and walked out of my life forever. Kayla came that evening. She walked in uninvited, sat on my couch, crossed her legs. Don't look at me like that, she said. You knew he was too good for you. My breath caught. She wasn't done. I'm not sorry, and honestly, Marcus deserves someone like me, someone confident, someone on his level. She stood and looked around the apartment. You'll be fine, she added. You always bounce back eventually. Then she left. The door closed behind her. Her perfume lingered like poison. I cried until my body went numb. I screamed until my throat burned. I felt empty, destroyed. A part of me truly wanted to die. Because the worst betrayal isn't from an enemy. It's when the person you love most removes your oxygen and watches you suffocate. I deleted social media, quit my job, locked myself inside for weeks. I couldn't eat, couldn't think, couldn't breathe without feeling dirty. Then life strangely, beautifully shifted. One morning my doorbell rang, I ignored it. It rang again, then again. I dragged myself to the door ready to scream. It wasn't a neighbor. It wasn't a delivery guy. It was Adrian. I had met him once, only briefly, during a charity event Marcus took me to. Adrian was the son of the sitting governor, a man with quiet confidence and a heartbeat that seemed to echo power. He had been kind to me that night, complimented my work, asked about my goals. But I never imagined seeing him again. He looked at me with concern. I heard what happened, he said softly. I'm sorry. I panicked. My shame returned like a wave. You shouldn't be here. But he stepped closer. You didn't deserve any of it, and I don't believe the story going around. No one had said that to me. Not one person. The way he looked at me made my eyes fill instantly. If you let me, he said, I want to help you. But I didn't want help. I wanted revenge. Not yet, but the seed was planted. Adrian didn't force anything. He showed up with food, with encouragement, with silence when I didn't want to talk, and conversation when I did. Slowly I started breathing again. Slowly I learned to sleep without crying. Slowly I learned to look at myself without shame. And for the first time, I started feeling the sharp edges of myself returning. The ones Kayla tried to break. The ones Marcus walked away from. Eventually, Adrian and I grew close, closer than I had imagined possible. He saw me, understood me, protected me, respected me. And when he asked me to be his wife years later, he did it in front of the same society that once whispered about my scandal. But that is not the end of the story. Healing didn't erase the scars. It taught me how to wear them like armor. By the time Adrian and I married, I had learned how to rebuild my life piece by piece, but revenge was something I didn't chase. It grew naturally, quietly, like a storm gathering strength across a calm ocean. For years I never contacted Kayla, never mentioned her name, never responded to her fake apologies she sent through mutual friends once she realized I had risen again. She thought time had erased her sins. She thought I had moved on. She thought she had won. But God has a funny way of letting people dig grave they eventually fall into. And Kayla had been digging for years. Marcus and Kayla began dating 3 months after he left me. Not officially at first, publicly they pretended to be just friends. But the city is small. People talk. And Kayla loved attention more than she loved truth. She paraded him around the same way she once pushed me to. Photos, posts, captions dripping with things meant to hurt me indirectly. But I didn't look. People sent them to me anyway. It should have been me, she wrote once under a picture of him. We found each other, she posted in another. The irony. They found each other through the destruction of my life. Marcus didn't know the full truth. He believed the story she created. Because lies spread faster than the people they destroy can defend themselves. But life has a perfect sense of timing. The truth always waits for the right audience. 3 years passed. 3 quiet years of my marriage blossoming, my career rising, my confidence returning. And then the universe placed the first card of my revenge on the table. I didn't even have to pick it up. It came to me. The call that changed everything. I was getting ready for a luncheon when my old college friend, Tessa, called. Her voice was shaky. Girl, you won't believe what I found. I wasn't expecting anything related to my past, so I shrugged. What? I was at a bachelor party and the guy who drugged you, he was there. My chest tightened. Tessa continued. He was drunk and bragging, saying he used to set girls up with Kayla for fun, that they made money doing it. I froze. They recorded everything, she whispered. Every girl they tricked, they kept files. Ice rushed through my veins. Files. Recordings. Evidence. My breathing changed. Slowly. Dangerously. Where is he now? I asked, my voice becoming someone else. He passed out in the VIP lounge. His phone is unlocked. This wasn't luck. This was fate. Tessa was bold, reckless when needed. She whispered, tell me exactly what to do. And for the first time, I allowed myself to step into a version of me I had buried. Go to his gallery, I instructed. Search my name first. I waited, heartbeat in my throat. Tessa gasped so loudly I heard people around her turn. Oh my God, there are videos, pictures, screen recordings. And wait, he saved text messages with Kayla. My knees nearly buckled. Screenshot everything, I said. Send them to me, then send them to yourself, then airdrop them to everyone in that VIP room, and delete nothing from his phone. Tessa did exactly that. In less than 20 minutes, I had enough evidence on my phone to bury Kayla for life. But that wasn't enough. I wanted justice. I wanted clarity. And I wanted revenge, but revenge that wouldn't stain my hands. So I sat by my mirror, staring at myself. A woman who survived betrayal. A woman who rose from humiliation. A woman who learned that silence is a weapon. Let's finish this, I whispered to myself. The exposure. I didn't go to Kayla. Or Marcus. Or anyone connected to them. I sent everything to Adrian. My husband. My partner. My peace. He read through the files without blinking. Then he simply said, we'll do this the right way. He contacted his legal team, cybersecurity experts and a private investigator. Within a week, the drug dealer was arrested on unrelated warrants. Kayla's text messages were authenticated. The evidence trail was verified. Several other victims were identified. And the DA, an associate of Adrian's father, opened a full investigation. But I still wasn't done. Evidence destroys lies. But revenge requires an audience. So I hosted a charity gala, one Kayla begged to attend for years when we were younger, but never received an invitation to. This year she got one. Not because she deserved it, but because she needed to be there. The night of the gala was perfect, lights, cameras, faces glowing with expensive confidence. Adrian stood beside me, his hand warm at the small of my back. At exactly 8:15 p.m., the projector screen lit up for what everyone believed was a tribute video. Instead, screenshots, pictures, messages, recordings, everything Kayla ever did played in front of over 200 of the most influential people in the state. Gasps, whispers, hands over mouths. Kayla, standing near the bar in a shimmering gold dress, dropped her champagne flute. It shattered across the marble floor, just like her world. Her face turned white, then green, then red. "Turn it off," she screamed. "Stop this is lies, this is fake." But the investigator stood up behind her. "It's all authenticated, ma'am." People backed away from her like she was a disease. She ran toward me, shaking. How could you do this?" she cried. I looked her dead in the face. "How could I, or how could you?" She collapsed to her knees. Marcus, who stood at the far corner, stared at the screen like his entire soul had been ripped out. His eyes grew glassy. His jaw dropped. The truth hit him like a truck. He walked toward me slowly. I believed her," he said in a hollow voice. "I left you, I hurt you, I destroyed you based on her lies. I didn't even blink. That was your choice." He swallowed hard. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "But some apologies don't fix anything." "You chose the person who fed you what you wanted to hear," I said, "not the person who loved you." His shoulders fell. And I walked away. The downfall. The aftermath was loud. Kayla was arrested for conspiracy, distribution of harmful substances, and participation in a blackmail ring. Marcus disappeared from society, drowning in guilt and public humiliation. Their perfect fairy tale collapsed into dust. Meanwhile, I rose higher, stronger, braver, wiser, because surviving betrayal teaches you how to rebuild your crown with broken glass. So you shine and cut at the same time. The final encounter. 6 months after Kayla's sentencing, I visited her in jail. She looked smaller, thinner, her arrogance gone. Her voice cracked. Why did you ruin me? We were best friends." I stared at her through the glass. "You ruined yourself," I said. "I just held up the mirror." Her eyes filled with tears. "You won," she whispered. I shook my head. "No, I healed, that's different." She broke down, sobbing into her hands. And for the first time I felt nothing. No anger. No pain. No satisfaction. Just closure. The life I chose. When I walked out of that building, Adrian was waiting by the car. "You okay?" he asked gently. I nodded. "I'm free," I said. And I was. Fully. Completely. Beautifully. I had lost almost everything once. My fiancé, my best friend, my dignity, my peace. But life replaced them with better things. Truth, justice, love and power. Revenge wasn't the story. Recovery was. But the part about revenge, it was the sweetest chapter. And that is how the girl they tried to destroy became the woman they'll never forget.